So Mike is up here. He's been hired by Schnabel across the creek to dial in his wavetable. And Mike here created this wavetable, and he's from our neck of the woods in Sandy, Oregon. He's over here helping us today. Do you need to see my plant to know what we're doing, or do you want to just go ahead and run some content?
Oh, we can just turn it on and see what happens here.
Okay. We just cleaned out we have the same setup as Schnabel. Mm-hmm. We've got a sluice box coming out of our jig. We just did the cleanup on it, and he panned all of it. So this would be really good to prove.
Let's see what happens.
To prove maybe all the tailings from his panning. You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right.
That's the best stuff to start with.
All right, let me go grab that.
We have water starting here, and we have water this bar that stops the water. And when the table is rocking back and forth, the water comes up from that bar, meets the water coming down, and causes a wave. And that wave is what causes the specific gravity material to fall to the table. A good example of that is when you go to a beach after a nice storm, and you look down the beach, you'll see black lines running down the leaf. That's what happened. The water ran up the coast, up the beach. The waves were coming in, and where the two hit, everything that was heavy dropped. As soon as it does that, that's what we want on the table. When something actually changes direction, to change direction, it has to stop. Doesn't make any difference how long it has to stop, but it has to stop. When that stop happens, the table lets everything specific gravity heavy-wise go to the table. As soon as it gets to the table, I keep it on the table by how well we do the bump and that stuff. And when we get it just right, everything walks out from underneath that's heavy, and all the light material just keeps on going.
All right, cool. Let's see if we can't get this thing going.
Put another weight in there.
One more weight.
Now I have the table shut down so it won't move, and what I want to do is loosen it until it just starts to move.
And we're looking for perfect waves, right?
That's what I want.
Perfect set coming in.
And then seeing how mining is nothing's ever perfect, we do whatever we can get away with.
Hey, and surfing it's never exactly perfect, but a good day surfing is better than a bad day good day working, I guess. So a good day gold mining is kind of the same way. Better than selling houses, that's for sure.
Do you mind doing that adjustment again? When you're ready.
Actually, here's your gold coming up already. See your line right here already?
Yeah.
This is your gold.
Okay.
See how the gold's trying to walk all the way up the table instead of stay down there?
Right.
So that's where you want. Now, in production, what we'll do is run this until we get a line that's sitting about right here.
Okay.
And then you start feeding it. You got your dirt on here and it's full. You run it and it's about right here where it's at. And in production, now I start feeding it. What happens is the heavy material actually will force everything back up here to this trough. And then it's a matter of how much concentrate do I want. You know, if I'm running 2,000 pounds, do I want 200 pounds or do I want 20 pounds? And the way you set that up is how high you raise the table.
Okay. Okay.
So it's a matter of you're just trying to actually ease into where you need to be. The water, like I said, is nothing more than a suspension medium. All it does is keep it just fluid.
Right.
And as long as it's fluid, that's all I want. This looks like a riffle table. It looks like a trommel or a sluice box, but it's not. What it is that the riffles there are just to make sure that the material stays on this side and moves up this way. Now see how it's now starting to, more and more of your line is coming up here?
How long should it take us to do this much? A 5-gallon bucket full.
By hand?
Yeah.
Half hour or so?
Half hour of bumping, and we're done. We should be able to suck our cons to our final.
I would put it on a small trommel kind of screen, so it's screened and it right onto the table.
Uh-huh.
Here's all your gold.
So what this is,
Yeah,
this is all of the stuff that was coming out underneath the jig, the first production run.
Well, the mount doesn't make any difference. Is now it's clogged. The screen is clogged up,
yeah.
so you have to come in here. But here's your gold. Right here.
So that I overloaded it there.
Yeah. Just because then it makes it more hard. You have to go in there and make sure it doesn't do
Well,
that.
I'm gonna.
Finger again, sorry.
We won't have it. I'm gonna put a screen on the bottom of
Now
the
see
jig.
how it's starting to walk?
So
It
we
walks
can-
up the table and drops
We
over
can
in the
screen a little
trough.
bit better than this
This
in the
this
future.
gold.
Then we won't have to do this.
Hold that in there. I prefer to do this with a motor.
Yeah. Yeah.
How valuable is this to you guys to have this guy here looking at this? How important is this?
Well, this is a very expensive machine, and if we don't know how to run it, it's totally useless to us. Thank you so much, Mike. I sure appreciate it.
You're quite
thanks a
welcome.
lot. We appreciate it. We'll see you down there.
It looks good. Keep up the good work.
All right. Well, we'll do it. You know, do what we can. You know. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring you some buckets so you can run it down there. So.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yep.